Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Indriana Putri Marianingrum, and I'd like to explain the material about speech function, politeness, stereotypes, and cross-cultural communication in classroom discourse of EFL context. We will discuss about the definition, and then the factors, and conclusion. First is definition, the main issues about speech function, politeness, stereotypes, and cross-cultural communication in classroom discourse of EFL context. In the context of EFL, or English as a Foreign Language classrooms, there are several issues related to speech function, politeness, stereotypes, and cross-cultural communication that can affect classroom discourse. Here are some of the main issues. The first main issues is speech function. In EFL classrooms, students may not be familiar with the different speech function used in English, such as giving instruction, making requests, or expressing opinions. This can lead to misunderstanding and ineffective communication. The next is main issues about politeness. Politeness is an important aspect of communication in many cultures, but what is considered polite can vary greatly between cultures. In EFL classroom, teacher and student may come from different cultural background and have different expectations for politeness. This can lead to misunderstanding and make a conflict. And then main issues about stereotypes. Stereotypes are preconceived notion or generalization about a particular group of people. In EFL classroom, teacher and student may hold stereotypes about each other's cultures, which can lead to misunderstanding and make a bias. Next, the main issues about cross-cultural communication. Effective communication in EFL classrooms requires an understanding of the cultural differences between the teacher and student. Cultural differences can affect communication style, nonverbal communication, and attitude toward authority. Without an awareness of these differences, communication can be ineffective. Next is what the factor in these main issues. The first factor is language proficiency. The next is culture background, and then power dynamics and stereotypes and prejudice. First factor is language proficiency. The language proficiency of the teacher and student can affect their ability to understand and use different speech function effectively. If the teacher or student are not proficient in the language, they may struggle to communicate their ideas effectively and misunderstanding can arise. And in the factor of cultural background, the cultural background of the teacher and student can also impact their communication style and expectation for politeness. For example, in some cultures, direct communication is valued, while in others, indirect communication is preferred. Without an understanding of these cultural differences, misunderstanding and conflict can occur too in here. Okay, next factor is power dynamics. The power dynamics between the teacher and student can affect communication in the classroom. If the teacher is seen as an authority figure, students may be hesitant to ask questions or express their opinion openly. This can lead to ineffective communication and a lack of engagement. And the next factor is stereotypes and prejudice. Stereotype and prejudice can influence how teacher and student perceive each other and communicate with one another. These biases can be conscious or unconscious and can affect classroom dynamics and the learning environment. So what the conclusion of these main issues? The conclusion is to address these issues, teachers in EFL classroom need to be aware of their own cultural bias and work to create a classroom environment that is respectful and inclusive. They also need to be clear in their communication, using simple and direct language when necessary, and provide students with opportunities to practice different speech functions. Teachers should also encourage open dialogue and create a safe space for students to share their thoughts and opinions. Finally, teachers should be aware of and address stereotypes and cultural differences in the classroom to promote understanding and effective communication. Okay, maybe that's all from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.